Okay, hi. I'm Jamie Hood, and I don't want to belabor a long introduction because we only have so much time. So I'm going to read 4 sequences from a forthcoming poetry manuscript, tentatively titled Sexual Dependencies, which kind of was part of the manuscript of How to Be a Good Girl and kind of became its own thing and split off. But I wanted some of that work to be here. And then after that, I'm going to read some selections from the first part of How to Be a Good Girl, which is comprised primarily of diary entries. So for the short poems, they're all entitled, so I'm just going to mark them off like so. Also, thanks for being here. Okay. Mostly I push my tits up in mirrors, attend to them to indict symmetry. This is beauty's truth, also truth's beauty. In the bar bathroom, I'd like to shove it up my nose. I'd like to shove Keats up me, find if a fuckboy can cry like I can. Or am I obscene? I thought we'd come to the precipice of high and low and said we might reside here. Do not mistake me. I love a fuckboy. I watch them cough up diamonds. I slaw my skin off to make room for my morning gown. Bright star, would I were steadfast as thou art, and yet here I lie, bedtime blow-up girl. I cry when they leave. God, my phone never rings. Sorry, there's a lot of ambient noise. I live on a really busy avenue. Okay. Heart-shaped bruise. New York City, 1980, is another of Golden's most unsettling photographs. Flowers on the bedspread color wash themselves into sickness. Who would think sunflowers have been knocked against cheap walls as any woman? I know what my panties look like tugged down my thighs to show where he left his last address. I think how lovely it would be to have a heart left behind him, whatever the mark. When I hold my phone up to myself, bedridden, spoiled sunflower writings all over me, I tell that girl to lie back now, live and coagulate. I eat every guilt. I exhale whole worlds. All of this to say, I need you each and every fucking hour. That weight in the chest, that salt in the throat, that ache in the hips. Pigeon pose draws tears, can't go to yoga without crying. Damned permeations. God, Brendan says I see the world through 2 lights, desire, dominion. I confess he's right, in as much as I've no belief but desire. Addictance. Ionic, dark matter dance, photographic negative constituting the silent shape the world leans upon. Desire, accreting, powder skin about space, time, old desire to traverse across their intersections. And so exit one shit situation on into the next. No, there are no such teleologies, just side strides across Monopoly squares. I live on instinct. Anything more has only brought me grief. I tire pretending I am anything but want. What is it? Desire. Some sludge. Excreted. Longing leaves bodies dumbfounded. Better dead than desirous. Still, here we lie. All alive. All dying. Sorry, I'm gonna take a quick sip of water. I have been recording for like fucking hours. Okay. And then interlude. Later, leave taking. One tires of twilights. exhausts of bedposts, lust coordinates. Annihilations of wedding photos tunnel into me. I hoard my breath. I pass out. I death sleep. In the night, distend with phantoms, whose names could loom up more gold from shit, think I need more than weed to undo this dull constriction of what's dead, done for. Today I put two together with two, and understood you would have a baby with the other girl. If I rest my palm at my hollowness, my belly bottom, if I should pray, God help, and all the rest, still you shall have gone. And who could blame you? Some barren bitch, some story's ending, some bird brain, some none. Okay, so now I'm gonna read some selections from How to Be a Good Girl. They are dated, but it's an achronology, so they're all kind of mixed up. Hey, Olive, can you stop licking your ass while I'm trying to record? You wanna say hi to Olive? Hi, little bug. She's having a great time licking her own asshole. Okay. Sunday, August 23rd. What is the most humiliating fact of your life? I think mine is I've known the song I'd like as the first at my wedding for the last decade. An old jazz standard. This is my one secret. I can say no more. As I rinsed the conditioner from my hair the other morning, it began playing on my speaker, and I sat on the floor of the tub and wept. Shameful. All this insatiable need. I feel I could burn up in it. Perhaps what I mean is I wish it would burn me up already. I wish at times I could divest myself of such sentimentalism, such self-pitying. I am excising what I am able, but I'm running out of time. Every writer has some story about how their book was 50,000 billion pages long and they purged all but 70 and found there a work of genius. I find the notion of genius politically detestable, but perhaps this is only a sign that I am not one. Friday, August 28th. There are times I find it easier, less emotionally poisonous, less physically grueling to take men's money than to take their lies. If I were a gold digger, I should think I'd have a pocket full of gold. Yet here I grasp at nothing. Breadcrumbs and violent woods. I scrape wet sticks against one another's wet and pray for fire. The good girl should not talk about money, commodities. She is commodity, a fetish in its fleshiest and most perfectible form. I am trying to unlearn my body and its variation as a use value. Unlearn myself as a disposability. I should like to be fathomed as alive, and know this is quite a lot to ask. I apply serums, creams, pray my body sustains in smoothness for a little while yet. I will myself to be a stilled pool. I will the body towards love or something like. I imagine Olive in a flower crown, bouquet in her mouth, my little flower girl, my good girl. I imagine a good man joining himself to me before a God I do not believe in, and people I sometimes do. I will never be wed. I am a fetish. Men, they pick at my body as vultures on carrion and toss me once I have fulfilled my carnal function, rather after it has been fulfilled in and on me. There are times I have on a technical level agreed to this. Then also there are the other times. I tell myself this is not that book. I have been locatable on an itemized bucket list of women to be fucked and done away with, a fucket list. bad girl. See me? I have no skills excepting that I am able to be filled by cock and cum. I hope this is valuable at the end of the world. I would barter anything to feel everything. I suspect the angels spy as I rub lotion into my tits. They ache. If I could afford therapy, perhaps I would tell a professional the things I'm telling you. If I could afford therapy, I should be perfectible, a good girl. As far as I am able to tell, therapy is a tedious arranging of the self as with an appointment book. If I schedule my being, pencil myself in, I will finally be allowed to rest. Quote, treating oneself as an other, supervising oneself, Sontag. I have imagined at times living beyond trauma. Then I wake up, lol. One day I dream of having health insurance, which is dreaming big for me. I should like to learn what it is to go to a doctor. I think I could be good at having more strangers' hands on me. I could wear a wedding dress to the office, marry myself to health, which is a commodity like anything else. If I owned it, I could be more gooder. If someone could just fix my personhood, maybe I could live. Saturday, August 8th. The television show Good Girls is, as I understand it, largely about what women resort to because the world hates us too much to let us be alive. The show stars Christina Hendricks, Retta, and Mae Whitman as three women who, as it were, break bad after struggling to make ends meet for some time without any survivable transformation. The media adores nothing more than a woman brought low. I am eminently subjectable to hurt, or is it I am eminently subjectable to hurt? If I get out of my bed on any given day, I tell myself this is an achievement. I know that having a bed is itself a luxury and has been taken from me before, could again be at any time. I think if I had Christina Hendricks's waist, a man might want to love rather than destroy me. I think if I had Christina Hendricks's Mad Men money, I could just buy a Christina Hendricks waist. I could reformulate the surfaces of my body, although I imagine it costs a pretty penny more to fix the interior. Sunday, August 30th. Rape has happened to me more often than love, and there are days this appears to me usual, also boring. I don't want to be raped again, although I suppose such a thing has nothing to do with my desire. If I were truly a good girl, shouldn't I be without desire? There is no one in this world who would protect me, bad girl. I bite the inside of my cheek and say again, this is not my rape book. This is not my rape book. This is not my rape book. Every book is my rape book. Bad girl. Bad girl. Bad girl. Bad girl. Sunday, July 26th. In writing of my childhood, it is crucial I note that most of it is one round vast blank. An emptied snow globe I shake, seeking some comfort which will not coagulate. There is a little person that must have been a me, or something as like, who for a dozen years retained only the haziest and most erratic of memories. I do not know how much of this is trauma or else how much more detail I recall after those first 12 years of my life because I began to keep diaries. In my poems, I notice I often write the phrase, when I was a girl, and each time think, whatever it is that I was, girlness of this was, will be taken as an axis of dispute. I say when I was a girl to envelop myself apart from the world. I say when I was a girl because my girlhood was stolen from me, was defiled through several complex and deliberate methodologies. I say when I was a girl because I put faith in the power of repetition. Repetition, which, as Nikki Finney reminds us, is holy. To encamp my girlness brings me nearer the gods. To me, my transness feels circumstantial rather than originary, or I was a girl, and later I facilitated a language which made this girlness comprehensible to others. This, I think, may be good. There is no knowing. No. I may say only that I was here, and will not always be so. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much. Oh, say bye to Olive. Bye, little girl.